Good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. I have a new toy. I have an Apple Pencil, and I'm playing in Procreate. Bear with me. This is the quote from the other day that got the machine ate my, the camera ate my stuff. It says, "The weak fall, but the strong will remain and never go under." Anne Frank. And I loved how all of that came out on all those different languages of paper, because I think she was judged for her race or for her religion, and all of these are all mishmashed together. There's no judging. There's no judging. And she's strong. And you need to be strong. So that one works for me. So what do I do today? I worked on outlining those, and that is another one. And it says, fall 7 times, get up 8. Yeah, but the person is unknown. Credit goes to unknown. So this came out of a magazine, I think Time Magazine, and it's by Warren Buffett, and it's a simple one, but I think he has a lot of words of wisdom. Rational people don't risk what they have and need for what they don't have and don't need. Well, some of us aren't rational, and you do need all these craft supplies. Yes, yes, yes. So I decided, since these were simple, I'm going to do 2. But I'm using up some of those big sheets of paper in this kit that I collected, just stuff that I want to get rid of. If I don't use it, it's going. And I think Warren Buffett, to me, it's interesting that today's things are all trees. Warren Buffett, to me, is a giant. Those are sequoias or redwoods. I'm not sure which ones. But he's a giant. So he deserves a giant tree. And they're big sheets, and I wanted to kind of use up some of these big pieces and use up these supplies because I'm halfway through. And I definitely have dwindled down the bag that I set aside for myself for this whole project. And if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it. And I think I need to do this more often because actually, number 1, it's fun. Number 2, I'm getting rid of stuff that is ancient. And number 3, it gave me a guideline. I have to have some guidelines. I like to be free and I like to just go with the flow, but I have to have a little bit of a guideline. And that is nothing more than a magazine piece of paper painted black, which I really like using. And then the quote, which I put black around the edge. And it's effective. It works for me. And I'm glad I have it here in my quote journal. So that's number 13. And then we're going to do number 14 also today, which is by Joseph Joubert, Joubert. I don't know who that is, but this resonated with me. Genius begins great works, labor alone finishes them. So I will finish this project. And here's a giant walnut tree or oak tree in this gorgeous country lane. And it took a lot of labor to grow that tree, and it's taking a lot of labor to grow this journal. So it all works with me, for me. And I'm kind of glad I did 2 today. Sometimes if they're short and they're kind of already the picture or the words or the quote itself does all the work, I think it's kind of fun. Well, today it was fun to just put them all in one video and go for it. And I am having a fun time with that Apple Pencil, but I can't figure out how to make the stupid clips not scan across a picture, not a video, just a picture. But that's neither here nor there. That's a learning challenge for me. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. And subscribe if you can. And the list is getting smaller and smaller. So see you all tomorrow. Bye. Oopsie, I'm still here. I decided to do another one. This is a quote by Robin Williams, and it has to do with madness. And not madness that you're grumpy, madness that you're crazy. So I decided to just take all these little crazy pieces of paper and tear little tiny blossoms out of all of it. And some of them, after I tore out the blossom, I threw away the rest of the scrap. Seriously, seriously, you can't keep them until they're 1/8 of an inch big, although you can. I even took the blue sky out of that Eiffel Tower watercolor sticker. And a lot of the foreign text, books or newspapers, I just tore everything in this pile, a little bit out of all of it, and making a bouquet, a maddening bouquet, a crazy mad bouquet. And then I found that bee, and I'm like, well, bees pollinate bouquets. Surely we can use that. Then I thought about that birdhouse, but then in the end, it was a little too much, believe it or not. This allows me to maybe throw away some of these other things if I don't use them by the end of the month. And really and truly, I have enough variety here that I don't see some of the blue or I don't see some of the same scraps over and over represented in different pages. It's really, they each have their own identity. Look at that lovely piece of paper underneath. That's from Procreate. I printed it out. Now, granted, we don't have a great printer, but it still works. The circle is a jelly plate rub that I did on deli paper. And if you could see it, there's a tiny bit of glitter in there. I think Bella and I did these one week over last New Year's. This is one from last New Year's. So I just rough tore all of those little images, and I am making blossoms. They don't all fit cohesively. They're not all the same kind of flower. It is not a avid gardener or a master gardener bouquet or a gorgeous displayed bouquet, but it's mine and it's madness and it works and I love it and it's bright and it's colorful and it was fun to make. That is a cobra head, yes. And some days you just need this kind of stuff where you just let it all go. And these are my favorite kind of things to do. That's acetate. That was from Seven Gypsies a long time ago. So I figured now it doesn't look like flowers, but now I got to figure out where that bee's going to go. So it just kind of floats over the top of the bouquet. I got out my Stabilos and I am kind of bringing it all together with outlines and color, sort of giving the blossoms definition or centers or whatever the paper is screaming out at me to do at this very second. There was no thought. I wanted it all out and I wanted it bright and I wanted it colorful. So the quote says, "You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it." Robin Williams. He was a genius too, comedic genius. Messed with his body too much, but comedic genius. So this is my little spark of madness, and I wasn't gonna lose it. And I love it, love it, love it. The fact that there's the other side of that water flooding museum brochure from the Netherlands does not bother me in the slightest. Love it. Now I think I'm through for the day. Oh, maybe it's nap time. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Subscribe if you can. And bear with me while I play with all of this fun stuff in Procreate and see if I can figure out how to use it. Bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you can. Check me out on Instagram at 4x8 Paper Stuff. Bye.